pressure situations, free throws, big game on the line, obviously streaming in front of tons of people with the game on the line and knockdown. I've, man, oh man, I'm telling you right now, we lived a good life. Okay, we have. And I'm telling you, I've never dealt with anxiety before. I never have. You know? Like it just, I'm usually just like, excuse me, move aside, move along. Where we got to, the point that we were at before we got banned, I'm talking, you know, we sort of overcome a lot of stuff in the past, right? And we've gotten to such a good point, ladies and gentlemen, Champions Club. We got to such a good point. I mean, I'm talking all cylinders firing. The conscious just feels extremely just incredible. And then to have that taken away from you. And to not know why. And to not know anything about it. Not to be told nothing. Boom. Taken, grabbed. Everything we built. All the eggs in one bucket. Boom. Taken away. The fact that I am here live on YouTube, it's been a fantastic return. I'm telling you. It is. But my anxiety levels are it's something that comes in these huge waves, and I'm having a hard time dealing with it. I'll be honest. I mean, it was taken away from us. You know? And I don't and to not know why, I am just, man, it's, a lot of people think hey, the numbers are fantastic. Yeah, the numbers are nuts, crazy, which is fantastic. But I'm at, you know, we've come back before. You know, through adversity, we've come back. Because you know why? It was on me. I accepted the responsibility. It was on me, but there was an opportunity to come back. Right? What do I accept in this case? I don't accept anything. And there's nothing I can do about it, you know? We've been thrown out, and things are just getting, it's being able to have tournaments or play with people that we used to play with, all that stuff. Granted, I never needed anybody to play with. Like, we didn't start my streaming career playing with, been solo. You know, that's what we do, Champions Club. But it just, I'm just, it comes in waves. So just so you know. So there might be days where the dock seems off, feels off. We're trying to learn. We're trying to learn the dark alleyway, man. We're trying to get out of it. Robert Marshall, thank you for the 5 super chat. Anyways, I wanted to say that. So to think that I'm here and I'm just kind of like moving on, I'm not. I can't. How? Right? How? How can I? I'm trying. How? But how? How can I? Anyways, Champions Club. Whoa! Doc to the future, huh? Incredible graphic. I appreciate that. Jordan DuPont, Dylan, Kurt, and DeHill, L Train, All right, Champions Club. Let's come back. Let's regroup. Let's come back. Let's come back on Wednesday. Refocus, refreshed, rejuvenated. Let's get the job done. Huh? Let's get the job done. Stop doubting yourself, Doc. It has nothing to do with doubting myself. It has nothing to do with that. Got nothing to do with that. Champions Club, enjoy the rest of your day. And we'll see you on Wednesday. The donations, the commitments, the recommitments. Yeah. See ya! Ooh, baby, the Champions Club. The entire world has felt its presence, but only a select few will feel the silky smooth power of the black-on-black slate black blazer. Hey! What's going on around here? You shut your mouth when the two times talking.
But you're talking to the two-time back-to-back, 1993, 19...
You want to be a part of this elite organization? Click right here. Click. Now, don't be shy. Click. What are you waiting for? Click it. Click it. Come on, click it. Come on, click it. Click it. Click it. Welcome to the Champions Club.
Okay, so I just wanted to take a few moments to talk about this. Just a little background for people that don't know me. My name is Danny, and I do have a YouTube channel, and it's interesting because I play video games. So lately I play a lot of the Modern Warfare, the one that came out in 2019. And I don't really, I watch quite a few Twitch streamers. I actually don't really watch very many YouTube gaming streamers for some reason. I don't know why. And to be honest, I watch quite a bit of Facebook streamers. I actually don't really watch Facebook streamers. The only reason that I'm ever there is because I'm the type of person that I like to play. I don't really like to watch, and that's in general, right? Not only video games, but sports, anything, right? I like to play soccer. I don't really like to watch it. You know, I like to play hockey. I don't like to watch it. Same thing for video games, right? So yeah, so that's why sort of I'll go to a Facebook gaming stream every once in a while, and so you know I'm always learning about the gaming industry. Regarding Dr. Disrespect, I've heard of him, obviously, because he's such a big name in the gaming industry. But other than that, I don't really know very much. And I just wanted to say that, just in case I say things that are incorrect. So I don't really know very much about Dr. Respect. I think what happened was he had a big Twitch channel, and then it got banned for some reason. And he hasn't streamed in a long time, and it seems like um, because I'm just on YouTube a lot, his live stream, which you just saw right now, um, it came up on my recommended. So I got curious and I clicked on it. So I've never actually watched a Doctor Respect, um, like any of his gameplay, whether it's just a recorded version or a live version. Um, I guess like my impressions about him is that like when you don't really know someone, you sort of have assumptions or you know, these prejudices that you sort of build up in your mind about someone. Um, and sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad. I think it's good in the fact that, you know, if you build bad impressions or you have, you know, some bad first impressions of whatever that person is, it's always a good idea to keep an arm's length from that person or to stay away, and then maybe slowly, sort of as you get to know them and build some trust, you can sort of get closer to them, like sort of in that way, right? I guess I always kind of felt about that with this guy. The little that I did know about him, you know, um, again, not knowing anything about him, not watched him ever, you know, you see so many YouTube videos, um, and then, um, you know, either they're sort of talking about him or mocking him or stuff, and you know, and then you click on the YouTube video, and then you know this guy with sunglasses and that same funny uniform comes up. I always kind of thought that sort of the whole thing was just a joke, right? And kind of like clickbait or just misleading for clicks and views. And so um, I kind of thought that people were just using him as sort of a clickbait sort of thing, right? And also too, like again, like when you don't know someone, you sort of build these assumptions about people in your brain where like his it from the only thing that um I know of him is almost his image, right? And if you look at his image, um it's a supposedly some guy who plays video games and he's wearing sunglasses all the time, including when he plays video games, right? Does that make any sense? Not really. Um, and before I forget, I would like to mention that is that I don't really like I play like Call of Duty, and I would not be able to play like Call of Duty with sunglasses on and not have like color, right? Um, just just even obvious things like when you're downing someone or you thirst someone, you kill them, like not being able to see um, the yellow um, the yellow markings and stuff like that. Um, and then when you're looking on the mini map, and an important UAV gets popped and you can't see those red dots. Just obvious things like that. Like I don't understand like how someone could wear sunglasses and still be competitive or even good or even play it without color. And so like and also too if his image of how he always looks, he always wears that same funny costume, that red and black one, right? It's almost like a comic character. And so that's sort of why I never bothered to watch him or follow any of his social medias, is because with all due respect, you know if with only that image in mind, you know people will think he's an idiot, right? Or he's just all about like you know making himself a joke just to attract attention, just for clicks and views, right? um so I just wanted to say that, like, so I decided to click on his live stream, and I watched them, and geez, I was really surprised. I just wanted to talk about a few things, about a few first impressions watching um, his live stream, or really any of his gameplay for the first time ever. Um, I would only really watch. I mean, for people who watch Twitch streams and stuff, most people will agree that like when it comes to like gaming, it's really only sort of relevant to watch a gaming stream when it's live, right? I mean, you can still watch a recorded version of a video game, but it sucks, right? It's because um, when you're watching a live gaming stream, um, you have the chat, right? Like just the fact that it's live, right? That the person is playing live, or they're playing with or against live, right? And the chat is there. They're obviously live, so there's that interaction right there. Um, and also too, like I'm not saying that people do this, but like when people post these recorded videos, you know, there's always editing and stuff. And I mean, there's always obviously going to be people who sort of change things. Like perhaps in the worst case scenario, you know, you have someone who puts up a video trying to pretend that it's them playing, but it's not actually them playing, it's someone else playing, right? Or, they crop the video so much and trying to make them look good, but it's not actual gameplay, right? It's just edited versions. Um, and so, like, for gaming streams, you really have to only, like, really watch them live. But, so his live stream actually, like, that's sort of why, like, I clicked on it. And like I said, I just wanted to make a few first impressions. So that I was really surprised, like, again, based on, like, some of the assumptions and the prejudice I had built up upon him. Like the first thing that um, I noticed, even what motivated me to click on him, was um, the viewership. Right, when I um, so when it popped up on my recommended, it was about like 59,000. So he had 59,000 live viewers watching that stream, and it slowly climbed and it peaked to about, I would say, around 69,000, right? So I mean, like 69,000 like live viewers, whether it's a gaming stream or any stream at all, that is just crazy, right? That is just amazing, and no one can ever take that away from him for whatever reason. Um, so 69,000 viewers watching a live stream, that is just amazing. Um, the other thing that I also wanted to take away from that, for that live stream that I just watched, was um, I started watching at about halfway through, and so like his live stream was about um, 3 hours long. Like he just ended it right now, and it was a total of about 3 hours long. So I started, actually, I started watching it maybe at towards the last third, right? And so, and so, when I started watching, it was really weird because he was playing duos, right? And and then I would listen to him, and he was like, um, the other person that he was playing with, he was like, do you play this game very much, right? And then he was like, um, just like random things that you would say to someone that you don't really know, right? And then he would play other people, and then he would say things like, do you have a mic, right? And stuff like that. And so like he was obviously playing with just random people, and so like it's just very very rare. I don't think I've ever seen like someone with a high like followership just play against like random people, right? Like that's sort of unheard of. Um, like even if you watch like the typical Twitch stream, right, where you only have, let's just say they have an average of like 100 people watching their Warzone battle royale stream. Like 100 people, that number would mean that like that's enough so that like that streamer can pick and choose and categorize their followership so that like they'll always be able to find people to pay money to play with them, right? And so like I guess what I'm saying is that you have um let's just say like a cutoff of like if a Twitch stream has an average of 100 people um, watching their Warzone battle royale stream, they'll always be able to find like people to pay them to play with them, right? Like pretty much all the time, right? And so, but that to me that sticks out because like I'm the type of person where like I don't stream, like I just play the game, but like I don't feel that I should ever have to pay someone to play a video game with me, right? Like I just that's just me, right? And why do I feel that way? Well, like I mean, I play lots of other different things, right? Like I play tennis, for example. Like I mean, tennis is sort of similar in the sense that like when you become an adult as opposed to like when you're a kid and you have so many friends around all the time, when you become an adult it gets hard to just find someone to play tennis with, right? And that sort of thing comes up a lot. But like could you imagine like if someone like approached you and said, I'll play an hour of tennis with you just recreationally, but you're gonna have to pay me, right? And to me that's the same with thing. Like that's very like dehumanizing, and for me it's just very insulting that like someone would have to pay someone to just like spend time with them and play something recreationally. So like I don't like it's like I said, like I like to play. I don't really like to watch. So I tend to stick around to streams that play with their viewers, right? And like because I don't pay them, like I have to find like these streams that just play with their viewers or their followers that don't make them pay, right? Like and to me that makes more sense because like they're playing with them or they're spending time with them because they want to be around them, right? Right? Because they like the person, not just because someone is paying them so that they can make money. And so like that's sort of a big thing with me with video games because it just comes it just it's just something that comes back all the time, right? But like it's just really weird because this Dr. Respect who is so popular and like like I said in this stream he had like 69,000 viewers where like he could easily like make like advertise and then people would definitely like pay not only money but they would pay like big money to play with him, right? Like in this on his chat, you know, it just shows all the donations, right? So like I'm kind of familiar with YouTube, so it's called they call it super chats. So um like people like they build their credit card and then the money like it's kind of like a donation, right? But actually the super chat kind of sucks because YouTube takes 30% of that. But you can also donate too, but I don't know if that shows up on the chat. But like even today I was seeing like um I'm here in Canada, so I saw like a 200 Canadian dollar donation super chat, right? I saw a lot of like, I think I might have seen a 250 US dollars. You know, I saw like 150, 100, and then like there were so many like $5, $10 or whatever, right? So like, you know, people would pay like a lot of money to play with him, but I just thought it was just so great of him that like he was just playing with like random people that he didn't like make pay, right? That just sounds like kind of weird, but like that's a whole like major concept or goal of streaming, right? Is to like build a big enough audience of viewership so that you can sort of categorize the numbers, and then you can pick and choose where like there's always going to be a certain percentage of that viewership that it will always like, for example, subscribe or pay to play with you, right? And so like, and the thing is that like most streamers, even the smaller Twitch streams, they will never really play with randoms or even just normal people, because like a lot of the times like people will always say that like randoms suck, or not only do they have like low skill level, but they'll sort of do things that like doesn't make sense when it comes to like teamwork, right? Like they'll just do selfish things or stuff like that. And the other thing too is that most times when you just play random people or people that you don't know with, that for people that are newbies or don't know about this, like randoms are like when you go into like an online public match, and then the computer of the gaming system, they just put you with random people that you don't know, right? So that's what mean by randoms. And so like, and the other thing too, why almost anyone doesn't like to play against randoms is a lot of them don't have mics, right? And so like, if you don't have a mic, especially when you're playing Warzone, which is all about teamwork ship, it's just really really hard. But like, I also just want to mention one thing too, where like about the mic thing is that it's in some ways it does make a lot of sense, because if you've ever played like, let's just say like the Modern Warfare, the one that came out in 2019, um, for example, like if you ever play like multiplayer on the public matches, which means like you're just playing with random people that come up on the internet, like, and you ever put on a headset, meaning, you know, obviously you can hear what people are saying to you and stuff. Like I've had like so many bad experiences of just like the worst types of people just saying the nastiest things like to me or even other people, like just directly telling me or someone like, you suck, right? Or you're terrible at this game, or like you should go and play something like Fortnite or go play another game, you know, or just all these very insulting things. I've heard it's even worse if you're like a female gamer or a female streamer, where as soon as a guy hears that that person has a female voice and therefore is female, like because there's so much sexism, like they're going to be so insulting. So like it would be even worse if I was a girl, right? um and so like it just like makes so much sense to like not put on a headset or use a mic too. So it makes a lot of sense too, because I don't really want to hear like someone's crap come up in my ear like that, like even if it's like just that one person that one time that says that, like I can say, oh well, I'll just forget about it. But like when someone says something that's very like rude and insulting, like, I mean, people do have feelings, and like it's just hard to just just forget about it like that, right? Um, and so like, but I just also wanted to make one other comment. These things are just on my mind, so I'm sort of just getting things off my chest. Is that like, um, for me, like Modern Warfare 2019, I find the worst game chat is um, search and destroy, right? And the reason for that is that like a lot of people who play search and destroy are more experienced, higher skilled, right? And they're more competitive, right? And so like when it comes to like Call of Duty, I find um, when they get like too competitive and they get into this mindset where they think that they're so good and they absolutely just hate people who just are not good and they want to let them know. So search and destroy, and I've also found that the gunfight modes too, are also some of the worst. And so like, um, and even just like I said before, like multiplayer in general. So like, um, on multiplayer, I mostly keep use my headset, but on like search and destroy and gunfights, um, I usually would mute, right, or not use my headset. Um, but like yeah, last night I decided to play gunfight, and it was just really weird because I don't really like to play gunfight that much, and that's just me because I think that to me it's just too personal um, of a thing. It's kind of like would you rather go to a party with like 50 people or one where there's only two people, right? It's like when there's less people, like people tend to get more personal. And so like I don't really like gunfight that much, but I just felt like it playing with it because it streams a lot. Um, I find it's not streamed that much, but it is streamed a lot. Um, and if you, I like to watch like gunfight that's being streamed because um, I find gunfight is so hard, and so you can learn from it. And I feel that like if you're uncomfortable with something because you find it too graphic and stuff, like it's a good way to build sort of that endurance mentally about something. And so like um, you'll find on Twitch you'll find the occasional like streamer that streams a lot of gunfight. I know like Noisy Butters, um, the huge YouTuber, like she streams on Twitch about once a week, and she loves to play and stream gunfight. And like I think just the last stream, her stream was like 7 hours long, and the whole stream was pretty much all gunfight. But the thing is that like on Modern Warfare 2019, the gunfight, well, she was streaming the 3-on-3, and like, and so the map that was coming up was that outdoor map, with the rocks and the trees and stuff like that. And there's probably other obstacles, but like that outside map with the rocks and the trees, that is a really nice map, like to look at and play on. And so like, um, and so you don't really want to be left out, like, because when you buy a game you sort of want to get the most out of it. And so like to either play or watch, so like every once in a while I'll play gunfight. So like last night I played three, and like the first one was like aisle 9, 2-on-2, and like my teammate was so nice, like he was telling me like where the other person was and stuff. And like that was all 9. And then the second one I played a 2-on-2 on Rust, and like I did terrible, our team did terrible, and my teammate didn't say anything to me. And then the third one, um, it was a 2-on-2 in the Gulag showers. And like it's weird because like you know I'm listening to I have my headphone on. It's kind of weird like when you're sort of interacting with strangers, right? Because especially me, because I've had a lot of bad experiences. And so like the guy's like, um, hello, hello, and so I'm kind of like just feeling it out because I don't really like want to open myself up to knowing that I can hear him, right? And then so I finally just said hello, and I think that broke the ice. And then after, like he was helping me with the call outs, telling me like where the other guy was, and like whenever I was getting kills, he was like saying nice and stuff, and you know, and one of the opponents happened to be a kid. He sounded like he was only like 10, right? And even the kid was nice because if you've ever known that like usually when you have kids that play, like they're really nice because it's just a normal thing to be like friendly and sportsman-like, right? Because you haven't really gotten old and developed those bad habits of being a prick or a dickhead and learning all those bad words, right? If you play any type of like recreational activity, there's things like shaking hands and saying good game and stuff like that, right? But like, and so yeah, so maybe like I'll use like my headset, my mic more often, but um I just want to say that like it was just really nice of like Dr. Disrespect to um like play with these randoms. And like the thing about Dr. Respect is I was trying to feel out like what he was like, and he was like really really nice to these random people that he was playing with, right? He was really nice, like he was not insulting or anything, which is what you sort of get with a lot of these like competitive streamers, I find. And then um it's funny because like at one point, like this one guy was like, do you play this much? And then Dr. Respect was, a handful of times, you know. And then like actually his Activision name, which is shown on the screen, is actually Dr. Disrespect, and the other guy, the random guys, obviously saw that. And so like, and so he's like, are you Dr. Disrespect? And then or do you know him? And then Dr. Respect was like, well, like he's a really good looking guy and stuff like that. And then like the other guy was like, this is really you, I can't believe it, can I add you or whatever, right? So yeah, like Dr. Disrespect, like not only to like the random people, um but like in general, he's just really, I found him to be really nice, right? And so like again, like a lot of streamers, even the lower level streamers, they don't like to play against people they don't know, because like if they have like a low skill level, or even if they don't know how to play the game at all, they're scared that it's going to make their stream look really bad, right? So like I thought it was great that like he's not really worried about that, right? um um and so like, and for me too, like um I don't really like watching streams where people, like most of those like Twitch streams, like if you think of Warzone, like especially the ones with the high viewership, they tend to play with the same people like all the time, right? Like literally, like some of them will like even the ones with like, for me it's, I consider like 2,000 people in your stream pretty high. Like those will like always literally play with the same like two or three people every single night, right? And then like once I find out that they're playing with those same two or three people every night, like I don't watch those anymore, because like I find that um when you play with the same two or three people, it's bad for many reasons. One of the reasons is that um they get to know each other too well, and in a bad way, meaning like all their jokes become inside jokes, which you have no idea what they're talking about. And because they're too comfortable with each other, and they know that they can almost get away with saying anyone, and so like and so a lot of their comments and their jokes tend to be like stupid or even gross, right? And disgusting. um, and I kind of I'm always a little weirded out too, where you see a streamer like a big stream, let's say with 2,000, like an average of 2,000 viewership, where it's a big stream, but like to me it's just really weird that they're playing against like the same like two or three people every night. Let's like, don't those two or three people have anything else to do, right? But play video games like every night. It's not only that they're playing every night, it's just that like because it's a live stream, they have to like know exactly when it's gonna start and end, and they have to get ready and stuff. Like they're not being paid to be there. So like, don't you guys have anything else to do? Like, don't you guys ever have like a real life? And like, and also too, like the fact that like that streamer refuses really to like play with other people, let alone like making them pay. I also find it like disrespectful to their viewership. So um, like when Doctor Disrespect like just plays against like random people, and that's why I think it's such a good thing because like I'm the type of person too that I like it when streamers play just ordinary people, or even like just people who like are low skilled or new to the game or don't know even how to play the game at all, because like um, I like it because like you can see their mistakes and learn from their mistakes, and it's good to meet new people. And I also kind of like it like when you see people who are on stream who don't know that well each other that well, like because like I said, it's the opposite of like where you know someone too well and then you end up saying stupid, disgusting things. Where there's that level of respect towards each other of not like knowing, if you don't know someone, you don't really want to say something to offend them. But that's a good way because that like conservatism, it sort of displays well for people who are watching, right? Um, and so like it's just weird because like um, although I'm familiar with YouTube, it's like if you when I watch his chat, um, I was going to like make a comment on his chat, but then I saw that there was members only, right? So like, and that chat, as you just saw me when I was showing you, that chat was just blazing, right? And so like, in order for you to make a comment, you have to be a member, right? And so I don't really know that much. So like you have to pay him, right? So if it's like $5 a month or something like that, um, and really like that's probably one of the features of being a member is it allows you to um, chat. And I don't really like the fact that he's actually doing that, but like I'm okay with it because like he's got to make money somehow, and he's got to like if people are paying him, he's got to like offer them something. Um, but like when you have 69,000 people like in your chat, like you've got to also find a way to reduce that because that's just too many comments for the moderators and even for him to read. Although I've heard, I don't know if this is a new feature with YouTube. I heard about this like just actually last night, and his stream, it's completely different. It's not a gaming stream, it's a different stream that I follow where you can, um, the streamer can add um, a setting where someone can only make a comment every 20 seconds and they can control it like either it's every like 10 seconds or every 15 or every 20 seconds or something like that. Oh, he had it set at where you could only make a comment every 20 seconds, and he felt that he had to. He was like, I'm doing this, don't take it personally, right? It's not meant to offend anyone. I'm doing it's for everyone, but like, and I can agree with that too because if you ever like gone into a stream with a lot of people in the chat, people just tend to just, I don't want to say spam because that's like it's like it's not really that they're purposely trying to spam, but there's always people who will just want to make so many like hundreds of comments like all the time, right? And a lot of those comments just are kind of not really necessary and then stupid and stuff. But the thing is that like the moderators have to read all of that in order to screen out like the bad stuff, and also like the streamer has to or should be reading at least most of the stuff because people want them to like respond and stuff, right? So what the point that I'm making is that, you know, like all these people that are willing to pay for that membership just to be able to talk into his chat, you know, they're going to be willing to pay money to play with him, and a lot of money, right? So like it's just really kind of neat the way he you know, he plays with viewers, and then at the end he just played one game of solos, and his stream was 3 hours, and at the end he was like, I'm too tired, basically I can't play anymore. It's 3 hours, you know. 3 hours makes sense to me. A lot of people, streamers, stream this game for a lot more than 3 hours. You know, I would say maybe the average is 6 to 8. I've seen like 10 to 12 hours if it's just Warzone. Like, I find personally that like Warzone Battle Royale is one of the most like draining games just to play. And I'm not saying stream just to play, because like there's just so much like thinking, like strategizing and calculating, and then there's also the physical component of like the gunplay and stuff. And then you have a streamer, like I said, that is supposed to read the chat and respond to the chat and do all the other streaming stuff. So like I can understand how like he wanted to end the stream after 3 hours because he was tired, right? And like it's funny because like just before I started recording, he said like he finished his last game, which was a solo game, and he was like, okay, like I want to just talk about something. I didn't include that because I didn't have time to bring my camera out. But he was like, I want to like talk about something, you know, because the thing about him is that everyone knew like he had been banned from Twitch, but nobody knew why. And like I think he made maybe just one or two interviews, and they were just print interviews, and like and all he said, he didn't the thing was that he didn't really say very much. He only said that like he was going to come back, no, and he wouldn't say the platform. Well, now we know what the platform is. It's YouTube. And like and he wouldn't say why. And if you just like I just recorded, like he was like very sort of mysterious again, where he was like the first thing that he kind of said was like he was banned from Twitch for no reason, right? So they didn't. He's telling us that like Twitch banned him, but they didn't give him the reason, right? So he still doesn't know. That's why he's not telling us why, right? And like it seems like I was trying to read between the lines as to like what I could understand from that, and he's basically saying that, you know, he's still mad because he was banned from Twitch, but Twitch never told him why. And so like that's what basically why he's not telling us, right? And it's frustrating for us because we want to know too. And so like during that whole like talk at the end, he wouldn't say any more than that. And I don't think it's that he doesn't want to tell us. It's because it seems like because he doesn't know himself why, as to why, you know, Twitch banned him, right? And so yeah, so I just wanted to wrap this up. You know, I just had a lot of things on my mind and stuff. And so yeah, it seems like he's back, and I think this is actually his first stream since his ban on and he's using YouTube, and it seems like that the platform that he's using is YouTube, right? And that's fine because actually now there's not really many to pick from, right? So Mixer's gone, right? And so like there's basically just Twitch because Mixer's gone, and YouTube, and like Facebook Gaming too, right? But who really wants to stream on Facebook, right? All people like to do there is argue about politics and Trump and the coronavirus and stuff like that, right? Um, so yeah, like he's back on you on he's back streaming, and he said his next one is Wednesday. So I think actually I'm going to like start watching his live streams because, like I said, I got some good first impressions with his live stream, and I think that I'm gonna start like watching his live streams on YouTube. So I just subscribe to his channel. I set it to all notifications so I get that notification when he goes live, and I'm gonna start watching because like even the curiosity of like someone who can draw in like 69,000 people to watch someone play a video game, you can really learn from that, right? As to how he does it. Um, so yeah, he sounds like a pretty good guy actually. Sort of the reverse of my impressions before, not knowing, right? So my sort of takeaway is that like sometimes it's not always good to like build prejudice against someone that you don't really know, right? Although this is just an like as I said, I just watch his live stream, right? And so like I'm watching a gaming live stream. I'm not actually really like I've never actually met the person in real life, and I don't really know him outside of a live stream because a gaming live stream is sort of a different sort of thing too, right? Than the way a person actually acts in real life. So I just wanted to wrap this up and say thanks for watching this video, my YouTube video, and you know, um, for me, it's all about like subscriber count, right? Um, so like once I see my subscriber count go up, that motivates me to make more videos because that's telling me that people are interested, right? So so hit that subscriber button, get your friends and family to subscribe, and hit the the notifications bell. And so there's three different options for notifications. Hit the all, so you get all the notifications, so that whenever I post a new YouTube video, you'll know, and so you can watch it before it gets outdated, right? And so yeah, I'm just gonna wrap that up. Um, and I didn't mention this that like my this YouTube my YouTube channel is pretty much like a variety, right? And so like it could be one day it could be video games, another day it could be whatever, right? Whatever I'm into, that day. Sometimes it's just random stuff, right? So um, thanks a lot for watching, and peace out.